So we gotta talk some media, some social media stuff. By the way, I don't know if I do full-time videography, so I've probably been watching your stuff. Like first camera I bought was A6400, and I'm pretty
Fire.
sure it was one of your videos.
Dude, I have such a cool story about that.
Go ahead, share it.
All right. I was actually thinking about, I wish I had a place to actually share this story. So City Light we officially launched in 2018, February. And my wife and I and a couple and a friend Kyle, we all were a part of the launch team. And we did the first miracle offering that November 2017. And Pastor Jabin was like, hey, we're going to be doing this every year. Like every year we're going to take an over and above offering, and I want to start with the launch team, and you usually want to give with something in mind. You give with something in mind, like in regards to like, God, I'm giving you with this because I want this, and so there was actually a camera I wanted at the time. I wanted the A7R. I think it was 3 at the time. So it was $3,200, and I had the money to buy it, I wasn't killing it then in whatever regard. I was doing a little bit of videography and photography work and stuff. And God knew I wanted that camera next. But then I felt like he was like, sew it. I'm like, dude, but then I want a new camera, bro.
He was like, so what?
So the price of the camera.
Into the church, into the miracle offering. Yeah.
And so dude, I was just like talking, like, I was like, babe, I feel like our number is the camera that I wanted. And I know when I'm able to, what can happen with like a newer camera, there's an investment there, but like me not getting it, I also know the cost that I'm probably going to miss out on, just the way my brain logically works. So, we give in the miracle offering, and then I find myself 1 year from that month at a Sony camp that I was invited to. At the time, I wasn't even someone who no one wouldn't want me to be at a camp, but because of cool circumstances and shout out to Sean, just, he's like, dude, I want you to go. Dude, I was at it was called Sony Camp, and they invited all these creators, and they let us play with the A6400. And this was before it released. And then what's crazy is at that camp, in Catalina Island, California, they had their developers there, and they had like notepads, and they were like, what do you guys want to see in a camera? And like what the A7S III was like essentially what we all wanted. Mm-hmm. It was like 10-bit, 120 frames in 4K, like blah, 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 blah. It took them some years, but it's crazy. And that's why I feel like God's given me the authority to influence the very thing that I highly desired by just trusting him with it, Yeah. And then you fast forward, now we're like 2 years after that, dude, like 6-figure brand deals with camera companies. It's insane. That's awesome. Like, you can't tell me God ain't real, bro. Like, you can't tell me that. Straight